We begin with breaking news out of Maryland. Strong and gusty winds toppling trees in Montgomery County. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gill. We're also following outages with Pepco, saying more than 1,600 customers in Montgomery and Prince George's counties are now without power. And let's take a look at some video here. This is along Tuckerman Lane in North Bethesda. 2 large trees knocked down because of those high winds.
And DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg. He joins us in Montgomery County. Daniel, what can you tell us?
Oh, Mark and Annalisa, lots of downed wires and trees that you need to be careful of if you are driving. This is Tuckerman Lane right here. You can see this tree has fallen across the road and downed several power lines right here. About 66 customers are affected according to the Pepco outage map, and you can see that drivers are a little cautious of how to get around this because it is only a 2-lane road here near Lancelot Drive. In the distance, you can see there is a Pepco truck. We've actually seen a couple Pepco trucks at different points here on Tuckerman Lane trying to figure out how best to fix all of this. Obviously, this kind of thing needs a crew to remove the trees before they can even begin to fix these power lines. But you can see drivers aren't even driving that slow to try to get around here, and that is a problem on a 2-lane road like this. So if you are in Montgomery County, make sure that you are driving slow and paying attention to your surroundings. The police officer put out some flares here earlier to alert people of that tree, but certainly from a distance you might not see it right away. But for now, we're live in North Bethesda. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. And in Germantown, a tree fell on a trailer home earlier today. Firefighters say that the family living there got out safely. The tree also knocked out power, and we have a crew headed to that scene right now to gather more information.
Also in Northern Virginia, we're following reports of downed wires that's causing some roads to be closed in parts of the county in Loudoun County. According to the sheriff's office, Route 15 at Farm Lane is closed. Northbound traffic is being turned around at Route 15 and Tut Lane, and southbound traffic is being diverted at Route 15 and Montresor Road. Drivers should expect significant delays in those areas.
And we're taking a live look at Reagan National right now. According to FlightAware, the airport has seen 129 delays, 27 cancellations, and there's anticipation for there to be more due to the strong winds in the area and severe winter weather across the country.
All right, meteorologist Damon Matson joining us on this DMV First Warn Day. Damon, you've been warning us about this since noon. How's it looking now?
We're dealing with the worst of the winds as we speak. And of course, we're seeing the results of that with, some wind damage, those power outages, and that's likely to become a little more common in other sections of the DMV as long as these intense winds continue, and they are expected to now as we head into the evening and the start of the night. Here are some of the peak gusts that have been reported so far. And again, these reports are just starting to trickle in, and we're likely to see more in the coming hours. But Sebellisville, northern Frederick County, 68 miles per hour there in Maryland. That is pushing hurricane strength with that wind gust there. Martinsburg recorded a gust of 58 miles per hour. And then over at Dulles and Reagan, over 50+ mile per hour gusts. And that is what we were expecting, and unfortunately what we are going to continue to deal with as we head into the back half and the end of the day here now. And look at this, those strong gusts are continuing. Most of the area is hovering around 40+ miles per hour with those gusts out there. And again, the farther west that you go out toward the higher terrain, we're pushing 60 miles per hour still with those gusts out toward Mineral, Garrett, and Allegheny counties. That's where the worst of the wind is expected to be, hence the high wind warning that remains in place there until tomorrow. The rest of the area here in the tan, that is a wind advisory, because while we won't see 60+ mile per hour gusts, at least not widespread across the rest of the area, we could easily still continue to see 50 to 55 mile per hour gusts straight into the night tonight, hence the need for that wind advisory. So that's the big story here, folks. Again, if you haven't prepared and have some blankets ready, a flashlight, perhaps just an overall kit to be ready in case the power goes out, you certainly want to have that handy because these stronger winds are likely to continue. We are going to possibly see more power outages, and it's getting colder fast. Temperatures are tumbling, and by the time we hit 11 o'clock, we'll be down around 30 degrees, many of us in the 20s, and the wind chill is going to be a big time factor as we head into the day tomorrow. So we're stuck with the wind here, at least in the short term. How much longer will it be until things finally calm down? We'll have a look at that in your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, Maryland man facing kidnapping charges for allegedly taking a girl from her Kentucky home will stay behind bars, at least for now. Christian Delgado is accused of kidnapping 13-year-old Winter Wagner. Investigators say that she had been missing from Rockcastle County, Kentucky since mid-October. She was located over the weekend after police received a tip. Police arrested Delgado Friday night at the home in Silver Spring. 37-year-old appeared for a court hearing earlier today. The judge signed his extradition papers. The judge also denied his request for house arrest so he could surrender to Kentucky authorities.
Also new today, one person is in custody following a pursuit in Montgomery County this afternoon around noon. Police say they followed a reckless driver that they saw in Germantown, and when they tried to make a traffic stop, the driver struck marked police cruisers and other vehicles. They caught up with that driver near the Mark train station on Bowman Mill Road. One officer has minor injuries. No others were injured. The suspect will be charged with first-degree assault and other traffic-related charges.
And we have an update to a story we brought you yesterday. MPD releasing the name of a victim in a deadly shooting in Northeast. Police say the junior Almazard was shot on Saturday in an alley on J Street. This was right before 6:30 that evening, and Almazard was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police are working to find the suspect. MPD offering a $25,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and a conviction. And Howard County man is in custody for allegedly shooting and killing a man in Baltimore earlier this month. Police say that Emmanuel Thomas shot Chanel Cawthorn. The police say that they found Cawthorn on Chesapeake Avenue near a train yard. She died at the scene. Thomas is facing murder charges.
Also developing now, the Woodbridge man accused of planting 2 pipe bombs on Capitol Hill in 2021 is admitting to the crime. That's all according to new court documents filed by the government. Yeah, Brian Cole Jr. is accused of building and placing the bombs outside of the Republican National Committee and the Democratic National Committee headquarters on the eve of the January 6th Capitol riot. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joins us live from the federal courthouse. Yes, and Marielle, you've been reading through those documents. What else are you learning?
Yeah, well, according to those documents, which were filed late last night, Cole originally denied any involvement, but later he made an admission to those investigators detailing everything from how he made the bombs to his drive down to D.C. All of this allegedly because he believed that those who denied that the 2020 election results were accurate weren't being listened to.
Very on edge.
For Paul Weiss, January 6, 2021 is a day he won't forget. 2 pipe bombs discovered, one outside the RNC headquarters, another outside the DNC headquarters.
I was walking right in front of National Guard, Border Patrol. The whole area was all fenced off.
And nearly 5 years later, Brian Cole Jr. is now charged with transporting and planting the bombs, allegedly confessing to investigators after his December 4th arrest.
It lay dormant for a while, then it popped back up suddenly.
According to court documents, Cole said he wasn't targeting Congress or the certification of the 2020 election, but that he felt someone needed to speak up on behalf of those who alleged voter fraud in the election. Cole said, quote, something snapped after watching everything, just everything, get worse. He also said he wanted to do something to the parties because they were in charge.
We were going to track this person to the end of the earth. There was no way he was getting away.
Government officials say phone records, license plate readers, and receipts from Lowe's, Home Depot, and more tie Cole to the crimes. The latest court filings show a purchase history of various materials used for the pipe bombs and a photo of each bomb. Do you worry political violence like the pipe bomb or anything like that could happen again?
Oh, easily. Yeah, everything right now is unsettled.
And the documents also say that Cole watched YouTube videos and video games to help learn how to make those bombs. I did reach out to his attorney for comment, but I have not heard back. A detention hearing for him is scheduled for Tuesday at 1 p.m. Reporting live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Meantime, in Maryland, the Prince George's County Council has announced that Walla Blagay will serve as council member at large, filling Councilmember Calvin Hawkins' seat after he resigned. Councilmember Blagay won unanimously. Blagay was elected back in 2022 to represent District 6 and has previously served as vice chair of the council. She says that in her new position, she plans on expanding her work countywide and will focus on listening, accessibility, and result-driven leadership. Hawkins announced his resignation back on December 19th.
Well, 2 new Virginia laws are going into effect starting January 1st. The 2 laws will change how certain cancer screenings are covered by health insurance, including breast and prostate exams. Now, under these, update health insurance carriers are not allowed to oppose or impose cost sharing for certain breast exams, including breast MRIs and ultrasounds. And also updates are added for prostate cancer screens by modernizing coverage and removing certain references to the American Cancer Society guidelines and state code. Both of these changes apply only to plans issued or renewed in the Commonwealth on or after January 1st.
Well, right now, a national debate over the future of artificial intelligence is now shaping up in our backyard. More than half of the world's internet traffic runs through facilities in Fairfax and Loudoun counties in Virginia. And now developers, interest groups, politicians, and more, they're looking to cash in on data centers as the push for computing power continues. But for those Virginians who live near those data centers, they say the never-ending construction is driving them out of their communities. State lawmakers have since pushed legislation that would place a land buffer between data centers, residential areas, and schools.
A reminder for Metro riders, there's a holiday travel schedule that you need to know before you count down the new year. On New Year's Eve, WMATA is offering free train and bus rides starting at 8 p.m. And Metro Rail will stay open on an extra 2 hours, stopping service at 2 in the morning. And on New Year's Day, trains will start running at 5 a.m. Buses will again be on a Sunday schedule. And free Lyft rides are available every night through New Year's Day from the Washington Regional Alcohol Program that's part of a 2025 Holiday Sober Ride initiative to try and prevent drunk driving. You can use the code SOBERRIDE for a free ride up to $15 between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. The offer ends on New Year's Day and is only available for those 21 and older.